listening to the Lucha Central Podcast Network. And now, LuchaCentral.com presents Masks, Mats, and Mayhem.
I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Welcome to another edition of Masks, Mats, and Mayhem. I am your host, Justin Outlaw Harvey. You can find me on social media at JustinHarvey75. You can, in fact, find the entire show on social media at MMMshow75. And if you're watching, I'm going to ask you right now, like, subscribe, ring the little bell for the notifications, do all of the things because we're getting close. We're working on some numbers, guys, and we need your support. So just do it. Just do it. Most of you here already probably have done it, but I'm telling you anyway. Just do it. Over here on this side of me is the man, Tony Allen. Tony, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How's everybody doing? Thank you for listening. First of all, my name is Tony Allen. You can follow me at, I didn't put my at on the thing, but you can follow me at TonyST.Allen.
You can do it. Downtown. You get to be downtown Julie Brown this time. Byron. Byron.
Well, it's Byron. Unless you're in Mexico, then it's Byron. That's how.
Can you tell people that story of where Byron came from, Byron?
I was at PWG, and I mean, he's also not the only person who spells my name Byron. But
what happened?
I was at PWG 2015. The Lucha Underground luchadors were there. It was Penta, Phoenix, Aerostar, Drago.
Right.
And I was buying a mask.
You paid money for this.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then it was both. You know, it was a really great year for that. And
but
so
you asked for a signature, right?
Am I telling the story?
I'm just helping. I'm just wondering.
Anyway, I was buying a mask, and I was asking this idiot Chile Kale, who no one respects. I was telling him how to spell my name because he was the bag holder for Penta, and they still spelled it Bayron. So that's what it says inside one of my Penta masks, and that's fine. If he wants to spell it that way, then that's how my name is spelled.
But you paid money for this mask, right?
Yeah, I paid money for a Penta mask, but
I bought it at a live show. Back on the scene, the man, Mr. Clean, with the beard looking all kind of with the sheen. Oh, what's going on, my man, JT?
What's going on? Glad I could be back. Been a little hectic in the real world, but yeah, I'm back and ready to go. I forgot to put my @ down there too, but if you want to follow me on X, formerly Twitter, since that's what they always got to say, it's JT_Scargiver, my old gaming tag. So I'll probably update it eventually.
What was the game of choice? Call of Duty? What was it? What was your
yeah, Call of Duty. I mean, it's still my gamer tag on Xbox.
Are you doing the new Call of Duty?
I have not done the 7. I haven't had time to play anything. I got Battlefield and played a day of it, and that was it.
Okay.
With this new class and courses I'm taking. Was that Tony?
No, I got Hello Kitty Island Adventure. It's fun.
Nice.
No, I
could recommend you guys some pervert anime games that my friend Kevin recommends. And Casey has been playing. He's been giving us play-by-play.
If Casey signs off on it, I'll play it.
Yeah, it's Unicorn Dragon or something. Unicorn something. I just know there's big titties, and Casey won't shut up about it.
Alrighty then.
Nice.
And on that note, let's bring in the hot topic of the day.
Oh, I blew my pop of the week.
No, what?
Big titties.
You can
always big titties.
You can always bring it back when we get to the pop of the week. Tony Khan, this guy. I have to start off talking about Tony Khan with saying this freaking guy. This freaking guy. So he goes on Ariel Helwani, this freaking guy, right? No, he goes on Ariel Helwani a while back, right? And he just absolutely blew it. He did not follow the Tony Allen rules of PR in life in general. And we know Tony is big on his PR rules, and that's not to say that he has any issue with Tony Khan. I'm going to say right now, my personal feelings are my own. They are not representative of anybody else on the show, because I'm going to say some bad things about Tony Khan. I'm also going to preface this by saying that I love Tony Khan in certain ways. He did me some personal favors with my NFL show. He got me Cody and Brandy for my show. It was from a personal request in an email. He called me right back, and he did me a solid. Like, this is a guy I'd like. He, on a business level, did me a solid. Okay. At the same time, when I saw him do that first Ariel Helwani interview, I was like, oh, I fucking hate you. What are you doing? This is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my whole life. It was horrifying. It was horrifying. It was the most cringy, awful thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, who has $1 billion in the bank and doesn't take one media class? Who owns sports teams and doesn't take
a lot of people?
Apparently
a lot of these
people. Like, what the hell are we doing, Tony Khan? Learn how to give an interview. You cannot go into a guy like Ariel Helwani and say things like, I don't know, our legal team's working on that. I'm not going to talk about that. Yeah. No, that's not how you say it. What you say is, there's currently some things going on with CM Punk, and I would love to comment, but I'm just not at liberty to do that. But I can say this. His time with the company was great. We're really looking forward to some big things we're doing in the future, and I wish him the best in his future endeavors. Whatever the hell it is, there's never, like, if you are trained correctly, there is no such thing as a wrong answer. There is only the answer that you're giving. It may or may not answer the question, but he's not obligated to answer the question. But the way he was not answering the question is, why are we even having an interview? Yeah. You just came on Ariel Helwani and didn't say anything for 45 minutes. How is that possible? And we've seen Tony Khan do
an interview is to put your comments, your own narrative out there. And if you don't do that, then don't take the interview. That's just simple.
And you can't go on a show like Helwani and expect all softballs. I mean, this is a guy who's pissed off his own heroes at times. This is a guy who Dana White used to get along with. Dana White will not speak to Ariel now because
I got banned from UFC.
Yeah, but
the company he was covering.
And it wasn't even anything super duper bad. It was that, Ariel was a thorn in his side because Ariel was going to always ask the real question. And Dana would just be like, dude, we're bros. Like, give me a day. I'm trying to work some shit out. Why are you putting me on blast? Like, I got you. I got it handled. Can I get you tomorrow? And Ariel would be like, no, dude, the question is today. The question is now. Answer the question. And so Dana was like, if you get out of my house, you're making this job too hard and I don't have time for you. But so at the same time, Tony Khan does not have to deal with Ariel Helwani, did not have to go and do that interview. And it was a catastrophe. And I have felt that ever since that moment, AEW started really going downhill for me and for a lot of other people in a lot of ways. I felt that moment alone ruined a lot of the credibility of AEW, because before that, Tony Khan was seen as like he's not Vince. He will go and do some like small podcasts. He'll go and talk to the people. He'll go and promote the show. He was on Busted Open every week. He was doing Helwani. He was doing all the things. But then all of a sudden, people started to get wise to some of Tony's BS and some of the things that they didn't like about Tony. And it actually soured some of the AEW fans on him. And it actually gave, really for the first time when that happened, the WWE pundits more ammunition against him. Hated that moment, hated it so bad. But we've come around to this point now where for months and months and months, I've questioned, is Tony Khan his own worst enemy? Maybe it's not Ariel Helwani that's the enemy. Maybe it's actually himself. Maybe he's just doesn't get it and just wants to stick his foot in his mouth. Until he did Ariel Helwani again. At first, when I saw this announced, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this can't possibly be happening right now. Like, AEW's kind of got a little thing going. We're feeling some positive momentum. Things are headed the right direction. Is he really going to do this to himself again?
Like, is he really going to bomb it?
Yeah, it's like a Plaxico Burress thing. Like, who puts the 45 in the sweatpants to go to the strip club? Like, don't shoot yourself in your own dick. Like,
That's
this
the
is
only
just
way to
not-
go to a strip club. You put a
Right.
45 in your pants, and then you
It's just
walk
the
into
Plaxico
a
That's
Burress.
pop of a week right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I'm thinking. But I have to say this. Here's the part where I don't feel bad about all the bad things I just said about Tony Khan. He did an excellent job. He did not duck the questions. When Ariel said, hey, I kind of like Darby Allin, but come on, some of this is stupid, right? Like,
Yep.
what's the dumbest thing this guy's ever done? And Tony's like, oh, yeah, no, that one where he did through the glass and the stings, Matt, that was not okay. And I was like, oh my God, you answered the question right. You did it. You broke the curse. You're free. You set the genie out of the bottle. You can get 3 wishes now. Like, this is, you did it, bro. So all this is to say, like, that's my opinion on it. I got to hear what you guys think, though, because for the longest time, I've just been like, Tony Khan, you're your own worst enemy. When you said the CM Punk thing that he almost killed me or whatever, but my dad likes it. I was just like, all these things that he's publicly done when I'm just like, oh, bro, what are you doing? But it still remains the question. Is Tony Khan his own worst enemy? Is it the guys that seem like they're out to get him? Is it the Eric Bischoffs and the Helwanis or the JD from New York's or whoever the hell it is this week?
Oh,
Are those guys the problem? Are they being too harsh on Tony? Or has Tony brought this on himself? And after seeing this thing with Helwani this week, does Tony have the power to fix this image that he's kind of created for himself in the last 2 years that he didn't really have at the beginning of AEW? So I'm going to open up the floor to the boys here because I'm sure they got some stuff to say, but you guys tell me, Tony Khan, who's Tony Khan's biggest enemy?
all right, I'll go first. I think we're watching someone learn how to run a company in real time. And I think, I mean, I'm not saying that as a knock on him. He's accomplished a lot of phenomenal things. And I personally enjoy AEW a lot, but also you're seeing someone who kind of is starting from scratch as far as being in like the center of attention running his company. So he's learning. It's just there's things that didn't work, and then he learns how to fix them, and that's kind of, it seems, how he's learning. So like there's backstage stuff or like the CM Punk thing, and then you eventually see, or it's too cliquish backstage and people of all genders get really catty with each other and this and that, and then that gets kind of resolved, or he learns how to do business better. And this is one of those things. He talked a lot about being a challenger brand at the beginning because he was starting those classes, and I think more or less he learned not to say something that would get him in trouble, but he didn't learn what to say. And now we see him, first of all, his hair looked fantastic. He smiled the whole time. And he said he didn't say the bad stuff, and he did say the good stuff. And his, also you could see his Twitter usage is different. He doesn't troll so much for attention on Wednesday and Saturday nights and Friday nights. And he has a different persona, I would say, now. That's a little bit more professional. And even MJF has commented on that in his interviews about EW. So I think that's what we're seeing. On the public-facing side, we're seeing him evolve into a better version of what he was before.
Okay. I'm going to ask you one quick follow-up, though, Byron.
Yeah.
Can he undo the damage that was done by doing that, do you think? Or do you not even think that there was damage done?
I mean, I think he can. I think maybe there was damage done because it's annoying, and he was answering questions like that across the board. But when it was answering, podcasts are not as reputable as Masks, Mets, and Mayhem after a show, and he just gives them, I'm really happy with the world, and here's the lineup, here are the matches that you guys all saw. When the question was like, hey, so what happened with CM Punk? You're like, you're not even dancing around the question. You're in a different building. He's better at that now. Also, but I think, it's like the memory span of a goldfish. I don't think it really matters so much. I think people will always be trying to make their money off of talking about the hot topics or something that's
Hey, look, I'm
debatable.
satisfied. I got you to say half a bad thing about AEW, so I feel good about myself. So
I can say plenty bad about AEW, but
Yeah.
yeah, I
You
just
said we have a 2-hour limit, so
yeah.
come on.
Who
Well,
wants
you
next,
asked the
JT
follow-up
or
question.
Tony?
I was already done.
Who got next?
Well, I'll go next, so I don't go last.
Okay.
I'll go last.
So your kind of your final question before you ask the second one, it was that if he has the power to fix this, and yes, he does. He has the power to fix most of the things that happen at AEW because he runs the company. Now, public opinion is complicated. However, you can still manipulate public opinion. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the United States. However, I think that, he has improved greatly. If you ask me that this interview, I have not watched the whole thing. I have watched some bits and pieces. I think that he will get a passing grade from his PR team on this time around because he improved a lot from the last time. Because first of all, it did not make negative news everywhere immediately like the last one it did. So much that I don't have any negative clips, which is all that we care about now is clips. So there are no negative clips out there. So that's a positive from well, I think we all here look like nerds, so it's cool. I don't. So I think that he does have the power to control. Was there damage? Yes, I completely agree. Okay, Chris, you're muted, bro.
Chris Gallegos is just like, bring AEW down, brother. He just wants to see it burn.
That he just wants to destroy it.
Okay, you lose all credibility if you say TNA should be number 2.
What?
That's like
no,
saying
wait a
MLW is
minute.
a legitimate
We'll
wrestling
get to
company.
that because I'm telling you right now, I'm done with TNA.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, to end this and to allow JT his time, well, there was damage to the brand after. And I agree with you. That was declining. It did start declining. There was a lot of blind spots. They did not see by having him coming to do an interview that eventually was used against him. And that was probably, and then they had Punk like 2 weeks later, or was it before? I forgot.
Yep.
And then he killed it. He killed because CM Punk on a mic. I mean, that's not even fair. So, but yes, I think that he just has to want it more than one. It's one of those things like, do you want to be right or do you want to fix the problem, right? So
I agree.
It is up to him.
Well, you made a good point about CM Punk, though, because what happened in that instance was for that venue, CM Punk became the voice of record. And because Tony Khan hadn't said a damn thing, he became the clown. The joke became on him because CM Punk got to come out there and have the only word, not even the last word. He got to have the only word. He was the voice of record. He also had more credibility with more of Ariel's fans, even though people laugh at him for being for his MMA fights, his 0-2 MMA record, because those matches weren't what anybody was hoping for. But MMA fans still secretly do have some respect for him. Like, they'll clown him, but at the same time, they know he got in that cage and still did it. And that's more than most of these guys. Lashley,
I mean, come on. Yeah,
that's Batista
that's
even gets credit for that. Like, the guys who have done it, Thunder Rosa gets credit for it too. Her credibility went through the roof by getting in that cage because nobody thought she was going to do that, you know? And CM Punk still gets a little bit of that love. And then he's the only voice of record on Helwani.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like where you're going with that, Tony. All right, JT, what do you got for me, brother?
Yeah, so, I mean, I definitely think the first interview to me felt like he wasn't prepared. Like, it's almost like he didn't really follow Helwani at all. Like, he walked in there thinking this was going to be a softball interview and got blindsided by it, which is probably on him, probably on his PR team, who knows. And I don't think that's the only thing that damaged AEW at that time. Yes, it's hurt them, but I mean, the whole CM Punk thing, and there was just all kinds of stuff at the time, and the damage was done. And yes, I believe they're recovering. Like Tony said, like, I didn't see any negative clips coming out of this one, to the point where when you said the interview, I was like, oh, it already happened? I missed it. Like I need to go watch it because usually it's like, oh my God, can you believe he said this? And it's like, okay, now I got to go watch everything. So definitely improving. And overall things are improving. Like, you don't see the insane things he says at the live shows as much anymore. We all know he still goes out there. He doesn't say as many stupid things as he was saying for a while. So I think he's just kind of, and like Byron said, he's growing as a business owner. Well, not a business owner. He's always been a business owner, but he's growing as a wrestling promoter business owner because that's a completely different field. And if you've never done it or been around those people, it's a completely different sphere of living for sure. And I think he's slowly adapting to that and, is slowly improving the things he needs to improve on. And the fans will say, whether he's coming or not.
Meefloaf has jokes. Meefloaf says, does this count as me sending material in? I've done more than Tessa in 2020. I'm sorry, I forget I have to read these now because we're putting up the audio version again. I don't know if that counts, Meefloaf, but I'll take it. If you want to pop through, feel free to swing on through, brother. My thing with Tony, I do feel like he's his own worst enemy in a lot of ways. Like, I feel like you can still run the book and not have to micromanage the book. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want him to be where Triple H is either, because I feel like Triple H is between a rock and a hard place sometimes, where there's too many chefs in the kitchen. He's not the top dog at WWE. Everybody can think that all day long. They can position him like Dana White, but they had to buy Dana White back in. Dana White legit owned Dana White and the Fertittas sold the UFC to TKO or whatever became TKO. So he had a $400 million piece of the UFC that he could bring back in to get his spot. They purposely minimized all of Triple H's stuff, pushed him to the side, told him they wanted to distance him from Vince, and then say, okay, we're going to slowly bring you back into the fold at the top when it's safe and clean and crisp or whatever. But in the process of doing that, somehow that dude got 15 bosses, including The Rock, including guys like John Cena when they come back to do stuff. So it's this tale of two cities. It's like you got Tony Khan over here who won't listen to anybody except maybe a drunken Jimmy Jacobs on the airplane back to Orlando at 5 a.m. or whatever the hell's going on there. I mean, Tony gets little pieces from whoever the last person he talked to was, but at the end of the day, he killed the entire Young Bucks story because he didn't like people thinking that anyone else had any power of booking at his company. He couldn't even do it in kayfabe. What? He's really got to be in control of certain things. And it's like, dude, you run a football team, you run a soccer team, you have a lot of stuff to do. Nobody blames you if you don't do every single thing.
That's why he's a billionaire. We're not, though.
But he didn't make all that money. Shad made that money. If Shad did it, I'd be like, okay, cool. Shad.
Well,
yeah.
That's not why he's a billionaire. Yeah.
No, but
he just.
That's that mentality though. They've got to control everything.
Right. And I guess that's what it is. I mean, he just thinks this is my thing. I have to put my stamp on it. Look, he bought AEW so he could play his fantasy booking game, and he gets to do it on the highest level. But then, on the other side, you've got Triple H, who's he's his company man. He sat under the learning tree from Vince. He learned all the stuff. He's paid attention to everybody in the whole business. And sometimes they still don't listen to him, even though he's the boss. And
when Triple H was running NXT, he was untouched. He got to do what he wanted, and he basically kind of rehabbed his own personality, his
Maybe
own
I won't
reputation.
leave this one into the record.
Let's not do that. I agree.
Me, click on the link and come on the show. We can't read your spelling. Say it out loud. But Triple H rehabbed his own persona doing NXT, and now he's back in a corporate situation. And then people are finding that there isn't the authenticity behind his actions and him as the person in charge anymore, because he's a part of the big machine of WWE, and that's what a lot of fans don't like. They like it when it's good. They like it when you have a cool WrestleMania moment or a cool creative thing. but you don't like it when you see your favorite wrestlers get fired because they're too expensive to be a mid-carder or stuff like that, And then now Triple H is associated with that side of it as well. But it's also funny to hear MVP go on a interview and say all the people who used to work with Triple H don't like him. All the people who got pushed by him in NXT love him. Funny how that works.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of funny how it works, huh? But I mean, he's also getting to the point now, though, where he's to the point where he's got enough black and gold alumni and he's got enough of them places that if one or two of them have to go, he's like, yeah, it's fine. He just lets it be somebody else's decision. And then every now and then you lose a Shotzi or a Karrion Kross or whatever. But he's got his Aleister Black, so what does he care? It's like, give you one, we're losing the other one.
Well,
sorry, brother.
I mean,
well, funny you say one and the other.
It has to be a very nice place. It has to be a really nice place in the world that you are Tony Khan, and at least on this show, you get spoken in the same level or sentence that Triple H when you just got here 5 years ago. So yeah, true. I guess that's pretty good. Yeah.
And look, I thought it was better when Bischoff was the number 2 guy because Bischoff didn't own the company. Bischoff had to fight for it, and the way that they did their contracts over there, stuff was numbers based. Like you'll hear Vince Russo talk about it. Like part of Vince's deal was if he didn't get ratings and numbers, he wasn't getting his bonuses, he wasn't getting his money, or he was getting shit canned. And it was like that kept them hungry, and that's what I feel like is missing from Tony Khan sometimes.
Yeah, that's what CM Punk said in the first interview, where he's like. Yeah. It's not the way that I grew up in this business where you're trying to make money with every match and program.
Yeah.
You don't get a bonus for having the main event in AEW.
You just do $1 million matches.
Yep.
Oh my God. Are we going to talk about that? Because I'm like, that really. You know what? I'm going to go on record right now. Hold on. I know we're talking about something else. But
no, we're going to go. That was actually the next topic. We're going there right now.
Okay. I want to see the bank transfer. After the match, I wanted to post it because that will be the only way that I want to keep kayfabe on these kind of matches. I'm tired of these matches. I already had a rant on this like 3 months ago, some shit like that. Please, if you're going to have money matches, I want to see the bank transfer right after.
And then they announced another one, a $200,000 one.
There's 2
on the
of them
kickoff
now.
show. Yeah.
I want it cash in a briefcase. I don't want to pay taxes on it.
Exactly. Bring the briefcase with the money, transparent briefcase, like you can see it. But also, why did the Mexicans get paid in pesos? Like, why didn't they get paid in dollars? Well, it's not the same thing. $1 million is not $1 million pesos, man. Let me tell you that.
That's so true. No, I mean, look, here's my problem. It's like, this is where kayfabe just fails you, because putting up a money match like that without actually putting money in a briefcase and making it so that the only people really involved that we know need the money are the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Who we all know are actually still EVPs of the company, who we all actually know signed huge contracts along with Hangman and Kenny to stick around. Like, this has all been very publicly reported. Like, MJF stuff was a little more on the DL, so you could kayfabe me a little bit with the bidding war of 2024 or whatever. But he even dropped it after a while. It's like, yeah, come on. It doesn't really work anymore. So, like, the only person in the match, again, for the second time in a row that could actually use the money is the freaking dinosaur.
Yeah.
Because Madison lives in an apartment and everybody else has a mansion. And like Jack Perry doesn't need money, and Kenny Omega doesn't need money, and the Young Bucks in real life don't need money. And
I saw
maybe Josh Alexander can buy a new bit of head
ear cover.
One, right?
By the way, I'm over Josh Alexander. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's a great talent and all that stuff. But there's so many people in the Don Callis family and in AEW. What? Why?
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy for him to get paid. Please keep getting paid. But if it were my company, my TV show, Why? Why do you need another one?
Also,
mean-
we already know who's gonna win that match because no Mexicans win on an AEW show. So we already know what the outcome of that is. I mean, if they were at CMLL, maybe.
Okay, well, so I'm gonna quickly go down a little bit of this card because you got Hangman Page versus Samoa Joe in a steel cage match. Do we know who's gonna win that match?
Yes.
Right,
The
Hangman,
fans.
right. Like it would be if somehow Samoa Joe won that match, that would be kind of cool. But
It would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. This one might be the biggest question mark to me is Statlander versus Mercedes.
Mm.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, a lot of people think that Mercedes is going to walk away with this, but I almost feel like Mercedes' deal with Tony Khan is that she gets to have everything in the entire universe except the big belt.
I think
I don't
so.
know.
I think you're right. I think that is the whole point of this. I mean, she will eventually get it,
Maybe.
but it will be like a continuous thing. It will be like that Cody idea that he couldn't challenge for the title.
Yeah, like it's something where she goes on a losing streak and loses her 23 belts, and then does the facing to build out of the funk. Yeah,
That will be the only way to fix this. Because
My thought of it was she wins it and then relinquishes all the other belts because she's gonna have to defend this too much and she's not gonna be able to work as much as the other. That's the way I think they could go.
I think she has to. I think she has to defend all the belts because that's part of the agreement with those indies. Is that
right?
She gives.
But that's what I'm saying. But maybe that's why
back.
There's
no real
eventually.
agreement that ever says you can't just give back a belt. You can
Well,
always
it's pro
do that.
wrestling. Everyone's a carny, and no one's word means anything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's intended.
But I just at this point, it's like everyone expects Chris Statlander to be a transitional champion at this point. And
Yeah, 'cause she's
even
not doing
tonight on
great.
commentary, she didn't say much. She doesn't. I love Chris Statlander too, and I
Yeah.
really wanted this to be a good run. But at the same time, like she doesn't seem ready. She does not seem ready.
She seems really stressed.
I can see Mercedes wanting to put her over.
Right.
Yeah.
Not from a TK standpoint of booking, but from Mercedes' standpoint, she'd want to do this match to put Statlander over.
I mean, and it's hard though. We heard Thunder say it on the show 2 weeks ago that like she didn't feel like she was ready, and I thought she was a pretty good champ, even though they put her on Battle of the Belts and some other places that I didn't feel were as relevant. And at the time, Jade was getting more shine on Dynamite, but I thought her run was decent, which is why I was kind of surprised. But at the same time, it's like, so if you see somebody that confident who was actually a pretty good champion say that they didn't feel like they were ready, then what is going on in a Chris Statlander's mind? And she's always been a little.
On that end, I can say that she does have a really high standard of herself. So if she mentions something like that, it's just because Thunder is always like, I could do everything better, even if she was the world champion. So yeah, on that end, I think that's more like where her mindset is at.
And don't get me wrong, that run could have been better. And I think if she did it now, she would be 10 times better than she was then. But like, how is Stat going to learn how to be championship material? Like, she's got to be.
She's got to do it.
She got to do it. I mean, it's the same thing that they were doing with Jey Uso. It's like, is he main event Jey Uso or not? We're just gonna have to put the belt on the guy and figure it out. And so they let him do 3 months, and now they're keeping him hanging around some of the top storylines. But obviously, maybe Jay wasn't totally ready yet. But they're still keeping him around. There's still hope. They're like, you build it and you stick him back in here and there.
Jay made a lot of sense.
Roman wasn't ready at first either.
Yeah, Jay made a lot of sense. He was the most over and was moving some of the most merch on the show.
Yeah.
So they did the perfect job of like getting the win for him and the pop and letting him be on top to sell stuff. But by the time they needed to have an actual championship match, they got rid of him.
Right. So let me real quick down the card. Brody King and Bandito, Brodito, let's just call him Brodito, versus FTR for the tag belts. FTR could win that. I could see where that happens. I would say to leave it on Brody and Bandito right now for a little while longer. I think the run's hot, but I could see it going either way.
Yeah, I think FTR, have. Yeah, I think you keep it on. The AEW tag belts are famously great when they're on the most popular duo, like when it was the Acclaimed. They move a ton of merch, and it's kind of like it's the feel-good act of the show.
Yep.
So let's keep it like that.
We'll get to the Acclaimed in a second here. because they are on this card.
Are they really?
Yeah. AEW National Championship is now a casino gauntlet to crown the inaugural champion with. All we know that are in it for sure is Lashley, Shelton, Ricochet, Speedball, Kevin Knight. That already sounds like...
Now it makes even less sense than before.
It makes less sense, but also it's probably going to be the match that steals the night.
Why do we have another effing belt, man?
It's because TK books himself. He gets a belt
because he started watching old AWA and NWA.
It becomes a workhorse belt on TV, but then it gets onto a wrestler who is
he doesn't want to lose. Yeah,
he doesn't want to lose, or they have to work programs instead of just weekly, whatever matches. So now Okada already took 2 of those belts and turned into one that doesn't get defended all that often because it's a.
But he wears all 3.
Wears all 3, and then Kyle Fletcher
just woke up,
and then Kyle Fletcher's belt got turned into a program belt. So now he needs another belt that's gonna be good.
Exactly.
Every single week, and then that'll get booked onto someone who has to do only programs, and then he'll make another belt, and then they'll mix them, and then they'll run out of words to call belts.
Well, it's like I was telling Tony. What happened to the diamond ring? They could have just made this gauntlet match for the beautiful diamond ring.
House because MJF was actually the one that paid for it.
Well, okay, but they could totally gimmick up another damn ring.
I mean, Tony could just.
I can order one in TH Gate right now, and it will get there on time.
I can get one on Amazon. I'll get a ring pop.
Yeah,
AEW sold them, but they're sold out.
Oh Jesus! I still think.
But again,
it's an excitement
who is
match.
This guy?
You put all the right people in it. You know,
it's on the other side,
Who
bro.
is this
Yeah.
guy to my right?
that way.
Meefloaf.
I prefer to be on the left, but
Well, it's not my choice.
Really? Already?
If it
Did
makes
you
sense,
microwave that tea?
you just got to do it.
I've said before, Tony Khan thinks about how this is gonna look 10 years from now. Well, let's say 4 years from now. So he now has created another belt, right? However, it will get merged with another one, and it will become another, and that will create lineage that doesn't have. Then because nothing has lineage in this thing. The only one, the maybe it's like CM Punk was champion and now he's champion on the other company, man. That's really it.
I just still don't understand how you merge an
Jericho,
international title with a continental title and you don't get an intercontinental title out of it.
And then make another national title.
And then you make another national title.
I don't think they could get the word intercontinental, and I think that's also why New Japan had to get rid of their intercontinental belt.
Gotcha.
That's my theory.
Well, that's also why you just keep one.
What about transcontinental? Is that something you've done?
I mean,
They won't use trans.
Hangman will put trans on a belt. Just saying. All right. So let me go the rest of this card here because I do. The next match, this might also be a show stealer. The TNT Championship with Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe in a no DQ. And if Briscoe loses, he has to join the Don Callis family.
Jesus Christ.
Like they need another guy in there.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Story schmory, but
They need some chicken.
I love Mark Briscoe's style against Kyle Fletcher's because I think Kyle wrestles to Mark's strong suits and that's just a match I want to watch. I don't care what stupid storyline they came up with to make it.
I want to say I saw Aussie Open versus the Briscoes back in the day.
I think it happened.
Yeah.
And and
Yeah.
Kyle and Mark have wrestled a couple times.
They have
already,
good chemistry together.
They really do.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that one. That might be the stealer. Then we've got Pac versus Darby Allin. Should not be on this card. Don't care if they're stars. The story.
Oh, is that official now? I know they talked about it, but
yeah, it's official.
Pac still wrestles?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to do something with that haircut. And then we've got
Maybe he can act like a Roman emperor or something. I don't know.
on the pre-show, we've got Max Caster and Anthony Bowens versus Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn versus Big Bill and Brian Keith versus the Outrunners in a $200,000 money match.
Jesus.
See, that makes sense to me to put the Acclaim together in a money match.
They're not the
Right.
Acclaimed. Aren't they just their names together?
But
Yeah,
it
they're
makes
doing a whole
sense because
program,
This
which
is
I-
the reason to get them back together is like, okay, we're gonna wrestle again together because there's big money
Yeah.
on the line. Like then, actually, the $200,000 makes sense,
And all those
Okay,
teams
yeah.
could use it.
So let's put on the pre-show.
right?
Right.
So let's put on the pre-show and not make it part of canon.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we've got our and I don't understand this either. We've got our Big Boom AJ versus QT Marshall, or Big Boom and QT Marshall versus Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta
What?
on the pre-show.
Sure.
I don't
think
understand. Like,
And then they got
I'm-
Okada on the pre-show.
yeah, that match is on there now too.
Oh my god.
That
But-
made sense to go there.
I don't understand why we're putting Big Boom on the pre-show. If the guy's a draw, put him behind the paywall. And he's drawing. People watch his shit. They
Yeah.
like him. I don't
Yeah.
care what the reason is. Like, if you're going to bring in a Logan Paul, put him behind the paywall. You bring in Bad Bunny, you put him behind the paywall. You bring in Jelly Roll, you put him behind the paywall. Like, what are we doing here?
I
Why is
think
this
you
guy on the
drop
pre-show?
names a little bit bigger than this guy, but okay, sure.
I've
Not
never even
not
heard
numbers
of
and views wise when he's done stuff
Apples
for
and
AEW.
oranges.
I mean, his
I don't
social
know.
media views on some of his stuff are just as big as Jelly Roll.
Okay,
So
okay,
why-
that I will, yeah, but not Bad Bunny.
But I mean, why do you bring in celebrity
demigod.
at all? You know,
Right.
Yeah,
It does show the different level of celebrity, though, doesn't it? A little bit.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's like we're popping the pre-show,
They might as well have Bonnie Blue on there.
and then those people are leaving and not buying the pay-per-view.
Maybe Tony doesn't want to put him on the real wrestling show.
And that's exactly what it is, because he thinks that it's not the real wrestling thing, and it's like, okay, well then don't bring it in at all.
I
Either
think-
it's worth putting behind your paywall or it's not.
But
He is a real wrestler.
He could say that though, but the thing is since the dawn of time, or should we say the dawn of WrestleMania, celebrities in wrestling,
Yep.
they're part of the show. I mean, the only thing Tony's going to
Always have
do is to return it back to being a Carney event if he wants to be purist.
Well,
But it's not like putting a
He's going to have to have clowns before.
There's no Mr. T if Mr. T doesn't sell 4,000 more tickets in that venue. So if Big Boom is selling tickets, put him on the show.
But he's also a worker and he knows how to work a match and a program.
But
So-
is that the difference? You see, he's Big Boom getting good views. Not
should-
necessarily selling tickets.
This
That's
was
the
brought up
point,
at the very
probably.
beginning. Why? Maybe he doesn't book Big Boom and his kids on the main show because he doesn't want the Death Riders to beat up his children.
Oh my God.
That'd make it entertaining. I might watch.
So
All right,
this
Tony,
brings
if
me
you're
to
watching,
my
that's a free idea.
last AEW point, and I'm going back to my original topic: is Tony Khan his own worst enemy? The Death
Maybe.
Riders, blow off matches. When does
Oh
a
my
story
gosh.
end in AEW? I like these wrestlers. I like these talents. I like some of these ideas, but
I don't like the Dead Riders. Let me go on record.
But I'm
I
just
don't like
saying,
them much.
right? So we get to this big moment, and doesn't it belittle Hangman Page that he finally beats these guys, and there's just still hanging on, and they're doing exactly the same thing except just losing now?
They just lost a blood and guts last week, and now
Right.
they're going on to continue those matches.
And he lost to Darby before that,
And I quit match.
right? You quit, leave, like do like go off TV for a day,
It's-
or like
Mhm.
It's almost as if
I feel like they should
a
have.
lot of money, so they've got to do something with them, and they've got to put them at the top of the show, and they may or may not easily sway the person who owns the company by
Okay.
chatting in their ear.
and that's actually what it is, because
Yeah.
what happens is Tony Khan has the utmost respect for John Moxley.
Somehow.
And maybe he should, but at the
No, he
same
shouldn't.
time, it's really transparent what's going on there. Moxley goes backstage like wrestling messiah, talks to his disciple Tony Khan, preaches the good word to him on what real wrestling is all about and what's bullshit and what's not. And then Tony's like, yeah, dude, let's have you go out there and lose for like 4 weeks. Like, we'll just keep this going. This will be great. This will get Darby over. This will get so-and-so over. And, you know, we'll finally do something with, you know, Kyle O'Reilly or whatever the hell it is. Like, And no, it just doesn't work. Like, you get to a big blow off, it needs to go away for a while. And I'm not saying you
Exactly.
can't rekindle it, but like when we have the big match, it's the big match, and then the next week we either start a new program or we let this one cool off and everyone disappears for a while, and then they come back. And if we're gonna come at it again, like, even it is even a little bit of the problem with the Briscoe Kyle Fletcher thing too. It's like there's other people here, guys. Like, I love
Yeah, because they just had a blow off match, didn't they?
Yeah,
That no
I'll give
DQ a
you
while ago.
Free idea.
and it's like
Free
I love
idea
these
for
guys.
Tony.
What's that, Meef?
A free idea for Tony. Hangman Page should have killed the Death Riders, like by beating Moxley, just like, and then you could have done a nice vignette of the Death Riders doing something I don't know because I don't watch AEW that they may not have done yet. Actually, ride a horse off into the sunset. Nice vignette of them riding off in the middle of the night, like, you know, their war horses clapping their feet on the floor, blah blah blah, right? And then they disappear for the winter period, which is fantastic for them and their families. And then they come back and they kill everybody on the show. They just take over the show for 2 hours. They just murder every fucker going. And then, wow, that'll be like a cinematic, but also like, holy shit, they're actually impressive this time around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you bring back the gimmick that not everybody likes, you Brock Lesnar it, have him kill Cena, and then disappear again for a minute, and everyone's like, "Holy shit!" What the? And then people are talking, and then now, even though people want to, like, in the real world, shoot not like Brock Lesnar, at the same time, 80% of casual wrestling fans are talking about Brock Lesnar when they're fantasy booking their stuff now. They've put him back in the mix. He's in there. He's in the zeitgeist. You know, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you apologizing? Comatose, you missed Tony drinking this amazing shoey out of a knit wool hat.
He's still wasted now. You missed it.
Excuse me.
The clapping horse sound.
I mean, Tony would do the clapping coconuts. And John Moxley definitely would look like fucking brave Sir Robin.
Anyway, I just like... That's it. We just gotta. Somebody's calling bullshit on that. All right, so we're gonna schedule this for you right now, Comatose. When are we scheduling the Tony Allen shoey?
During the wash along. Are we gonna do the wash along? If we do the watch along,
is the shoey?
Yeah.
I will do the shoey. Yeah.
All right.
You'll need
watch
that
along shoey time.
large amount.
Yeah, probably. I will need
I like Comatose proposal. Right now.
I knew you'd say right now.
I don't know. This city is very conservative, so we don't have alcohol since 2 hours ago.
Wait, Meefloaf, can you read this in an Australian accent for me?
Nah, redo it. Never mind.
Oh, that's really good.
What was that?
The most racist thing that's ever happened on this show.
That was
That's
terrible.
horrible.
Oh, good day, mate. I'm from Australia.
It's terrible. I'm going to hell for being a part of this. So bad. At least Comatose is laughing. Oh my!
Because he knows he knows that exists in Australia. That's the thing.
Oh my god!
All right, so before I go to pops and drops, we got to send some love out to Reba Rebel / Tanea Brooks.
Yeah.
Man, it was not that long ago when I was asking some AEW talent too, like, "Oh, what's up with Reba? Like, is she just ghost because Britt's gone, or did they have something for her, or whatever?" And nobody said anything, and everyone was just like, "Oh no, she's just been at home. I just don't have anything for her, or whatever." Nah, bro, that is not what's going on. Rebel has been at home dealing with, because she was showing up even when she didn't have stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
She was at
do it backstage.
She was at the show. She was doing PR. She was doing stuff. She was like trying to help out, like backstage in the office and whatnot. Anyway, yeah, it turns out that she has primary pulmonary lymphoma, which is treatable if caught early, but definitely not a good deal. So our heart goes out to her, and we hope that everything goes well. And it's just, it's just a terrible situation, but I loved seeing some of the support she got from the industry. And I'm going to cap off all my shit about Tony Khan by saying he did some very lovely things when he found out, and he sent her a gift basket, and the gift basket had a card, and the card was special. So kudos to Tony Khan for being a mensch in a very tough situation for one of his employees. It was a good thing in a very bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, blessings to her, and hopefully we'll see her back in the ring and doing all the other stuff too.
Yeah, I'd like to see her get a good office job, to tell you the truth. I think she brings a lot to the table, and she's got a spirit that everybody kind of appreciates.
Yeah.
And
she's a day one, so
and she's a day one. All right, it's time.
Well, that was more Bowser than anything else.
Yeah, a little bit.
October was last month.
You're right, but
horror
it is
stuff.
time for pops and drops, and I'm going to start this week. We're going to do the drops first because we're going to have to end with good stuff because it's just darkness in the drops department for me, and I don't know what you guys got, but I got to get my drop in here right now because my drop involves a drop, and that drop was the TNA World Title when Mike Santana dropped it in some nonsense and some shenanigans for some unknown NXT guys, and I watched some NXT. I couldn't tell you those guys' names. And they caused some shenanigans, and they caused for Kaz to walk away with the belt. And Mikey to have gotten 0 time and 1 decent speech out of his whole run, which was earlier that night, by the way. This, they tried to retcon it or something later, and they said Mikey wasn't showing up for signings and this, that, and the other thing, but then he actually showed up at the pay-per-view and this, that, and the other. I didn't care. You lost me, TNA. You lost me.
They tried to do something, and then we all got worried for real, and then
that's the fucked up part. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't worried that he
just
stormed out.
story.
I was worried that something else had happened.
Yeah, but
I mean, look,
serious.
we were actually having to make phone calls and shit. That's dumb.
Here's a guy who 3 days before all this happened announced his 1000th day sober. Okay, my man got his coin. He's been doing really well. We've talked about it on this show before. We were really happy to see him get the championship. It was a really big deal, and you made the homie look like a bitch. There's no two ways to cut it to me, and there's no exciting story that you can play. You can't be off TV, have no tapings, and the next time we see homeboy after this awesome win in front of the biggest crowd you've had in North America ever, and then you tell me that there's some shenanigans and Frankie Kazarian is the champ. Another guy who people would love to see the belt on, who was like, it's super cool that Kaz is getting a little run or whatever, but also that should have happened 4 or 5 months ago when people were really looking for it, or it should happen 3 or 4 months from now when Santana was in a place. Like, he wasn't even in a place. The world was still just finding out he was a champion of any kind. This is worse than when Karrion Kross finally got that NXT belt and had to drop it the next day. This is worse when Finn Balor had to drop the Universal title the next day. At least Finn still gets the credit, and they say it all the time. He was the first ever Universal champion. Never getting that shit again. But hey, at least he's on TV and they say it. Like,
the thing is they think they're doing some kind of making Frankie the ultimate heel. No, I don't care. I care more that the belt was taken off of Mike.
Well, I think
don't
it's
care
also
about Frankie, and also this is right because TNA is a fucking basket case over the years. We've loved it at the highs. We've seen it as well as I genuinely believe this booking is even worse than Hulk Hogan, Vince Russo era. Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, TNA has had
Brent
it
says
kills
TNA is the
itself.
second
It
biggest
kills
promotion
itself
I have.
every time. TNA is the kind of person who's walking a lot along a coastal path, but like the coastal path is 3 miles from the coast. They'll still find a way to jump off the cliff.
Yeah, it's like you just know as good as it.
Wait,
as
Justin's
it gets,
having
they're
some
going to do
kind
a
of
reset.
stroke right now.
Go back to LOL TNA.
He's popping
Also,
and locking.
I think it's pretty telling. I think it's pretty telling that everyone, not everyone, but like a lot of people, when they saw what happened, their first thought was, "Oh no, TNA booking made someone go off the wagon." TNA booking is that it's believably that bad that they would ruin someone's life.
I don't know.
That was
if
our
I would
first
say it's
assumption.
That bad. Like, dude, come on. They had Tessa wrestle some backstage announcer. That's not bad.
Well,
No,
you
look.
said they had me and they lost me. Well, I'm very happy I've never watched, so they never had me and they never will. Because I was on the
Same.
fence. I think I told you like 2 weeks ago, I was like, I'm gonna watch these guys. No, I'm not,
Yep.
motherfuckers.
No,
Well,
and it's like I
they've done
always
some great stuff. Some of my favorite matches have been TNA. You got Samoa Joe, Chris Daniels, AJ Styles. That triple threat was probably peak TNA. Then Hogan and
Yeah.
Bischoff came in like the day after and was like, "Hey, let's make it the
Forgetting
opposite.
Ravens run.
Let's make it as awful as possible." But then there was also Kurt Angle with Joe,
Oh,
Kurt
my
Angle
God.
with Nigel. All those were really great.
Actually,
then-
peak Kurt Angle is TNA. He
Yeah.
did not peak in
Yeah.
WWE at all. The best Kurt Angle was.
I
off his
guess
Yeah,
it's
that's
top
when I
in
watched TNA.
Which-
I haven't watched it recently.
Yeah,
no,
which
I-
makes
I
I'd
think
probably
Kurt
those
found some
peaks-
ways to not feel pain during that run.
Yeah.
those peaks make
Valid.
the LOL TNA moments so much worse.
But look,
Okay, so I
TNA's
guess
been on a
now-
great run. I've liked a lot of
Yeah.
this stuff recently, but this just did it, man. Like TNA, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to really do something if you want me back now.
They're gonna have to go back,
Oh,
do another show with the Subway Mania guy. That was awesome. I love that guy. And have you seen that? The wrestlers
Oh
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
subway
yeah. I know that guy.
Oh, yeah,
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 actually,
in
yeah, I know him, yeah.
New York. Oh,
Yeah,
that
his name.
it's so awesome what they're doing. And they TNA and Carlos Sylvia, whatever, they actually showed up and were there in person for the thing. That was super cool. But now they burned all of that goodwill.
Yeah, it's
So,
gone. That was my
now
drop.
I think that their hierarchy, it's WWE, then
Mhm.
NXT, then AAA, then LFG,
Evolve.
then I don't know what the
LFG?
name of the other show is.
Evolve
And-
and ID. program.
ID, and then at the very bottom it's TNA. That's just so that I will have to get through all of that wrestling to watch TNA.
Okay. Who else got a drop? Who wants it?
I can't remember what I had as a drop.
I don't think I have a drop this week. I have a pop.
You like wrestling that much this week, Byron? You don't have a drop.
I mean, I've got 1,000 things I could reel off, but that's just me.
I don't
I'm
remember.
the eternal
Okay.
pessimist.
You know what? I'll give my drop to Meef so he can have 2 drops.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Two
I'll give
drops,
mine
new
to
drop
Byron
over
because
here.
he can have a slut drop.
A what drop?
A slut drop.
Comatose says,
Do you know what a slut
drop
drop
it
is?
like. Well, somebody give me a drop. Who's got a drop?
Well, I don't know
So-
if this is a drop but it just goes against what I said last week because of what happened on Monday Night Raw with Dominique.
Oh, yeah, actually. Yeah.
So they have him go on the next pay-per-view against Cena for the IC title. So if that is the way it's gonna go, then it goes against my AAA desire to have that belt mean something. And my pop is related to this, but if the AAA belt cannot live by itself, then I don't know. Make it mean something. Ok, escuchen. AAA y CMLL hagan que los campeonatos importen. See, now we're gonna have a Spanish reel.
Hey, bring it on. I
See.
think those belts are important.
That belt is massively important. There we go.
Mhm.
And the last real champion of AAA was Tejano Jr. And that was 15 years ago.
It wasn't quite 15. It was 7. But
Seven,
yeah.
yeah.
No.
Oh God, we've lost
It's-
Australia now,
Teja-
Tony.
Tejano's-
Thanks.
Tejano's
Oh, sorry.
Tejano's title run was before Lucha Underground, wasn't it?
No,
His real one, his big one.
No, his big one was actually during. It was during the season 2 to season 3 break was his big run.
Jesus Christ.
Do
you remember the
you
Tejano
got a drop
ringside
for me?
section?
Sexano Jr.
Yeah.
Texano.
You had to
There
knock
was
the
an
floor when
area by the ringside at Lucha Underground where the wrestlers couldn't run on the mats because it was too
Happy.
slippery when Tejano was out there.
Yep. Sexano
Like I
Jr.
said, there were a lot of female viewers for Lucha Underground in the audience too. There really
Yeah,
were.
I do have a drop.
Okay,
Which
give it
was-
to me. Give it to me.
if John Cena's only got so many matches left, why is he wrestling Dominic Mysterio 3 times? Technically. Also, on the side note of that, why the fuck is his final appearance in Madison Square Garden going to be a triple threat match? Teddy Long might have appeared, but I mean, I get the thing. He wrestled with Sheamus and Rey Mysterio Jr., 2 people he wrestled against, and blah blah blah. And they're not going to give Sheamus the big match by the looks of things. Okay, but I don't need to see JD McDonough anywhere near this for a start. But like the whole of I don't know, just it was shit. It's the nicest way of putting it. It was just I actually fucking watched fucking wrestling live for once, and I didn't consume it via Disco Inferno's favorite way, which was clips online, because it's a great way to watch wrestling, to be honest with you. And it's the best way, because they just clip that show up like hell, and it's fantastic. They've done a real good job. But I actually tuned in, and it was like, all right, what are we going to get? WWE keeps on doing this. We've got surprises. They gave us Dolph Ziggler. Now, that's great for him coming back. But
5 drops.
he was the
I knew
other thing as well is Nick Nemeth, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But he's fucking dog shit as Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler was always a fucking piece, like, just a loser. Same with Zack Ryder. He comes back as Zack Ryder, not Matt Cardona. They had him wrestle as Matt Cardona the other day. They literally had him wrestle as Matt Cardona the other fucking day.
On NXT.
It's just the same fucking universe.
And my drops were the same as Reeves.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Come on, you didn't pop for the whoa, whoa, whoa.
No, I fucking didn't. I want him to be pushed off the fucking stage in a wheelchair.
I like the merch. I gotta say, I said it.
No, it's not
before
about
the
that.
chat.
It's just about the presentation.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Why make
that
it
was
a loser
my
character?
runner-up drop, by the way. It's right here on
that's my drop too.
I
I like those guys, and I enjoyed Dolph and Zack Ryder, and I wanted them to get better. And by the end of their time in WWE, they were verifiable losers.
Hey Byron, this just in. Comatose says Meef loves him some woo 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 and zigzag.
Me, if I didn't know that about you.
Anyway,
it's just so.
I
it's
actually
just like,
prefer Australians to.
I think
Zack Ryder.
I think those guys are great, and they come back they get the comeback match on the big show, right? First of all, I don't even know if they're getting the WWE paycheck, if they're still under TNA deal, but they have to work for WWE anyway. But they come back and they have to be losers again. Those characters were losers. The stuff they're doing now are not losers. And
yeah,
I think
one of them couldn't get past the first round just to make it look like it wasn't just for the pop. Like,
and also, let's be honest. Everybody was dream booking Edge, Jericho, which obviously time is it, But maybe
we're also now saying, say his name, and he appeared. Like, Joe is not getting this shot at all.
Again, Joe in Madison Square Gardens makes 1,000%. You're not giving him the final match, which everybody kind of wanted, but
you give him a match, right?
But you're not only giving a match, you're giving him a fucking Madison Square Gardens moment with John Cena.
That would have been so huge and
bigger than the last
more
match
to me. But I think one of the other things that people don't realize is how much juice Cena actually has in all this stuff. Brent says WWE has always hated their fans and loves to make their wrestlers look bad.
Does anybody remember what happened to Kurt Angle in his last match?
Yeah.
Are we like? I know we all drank a lot here in the past, but do we remember what happened? I mean,
look, and I always hated what they did to Dusty Rhodes, but I love what they did to Sting because I hate Sting.
Sting won.
Sting rules. He retired undefeated in AEW as a champion.
Comatose is on a slight delay down under, but not a British geezer, you bloody Yankee dude. Fuck. I'm trying.
He's been watching Bluey. That's what it is.
Bluey.
I love Bluey. Bluey is the favorite thing in the world.
I watch Peppa Pig, first of all.
Oh my God, no. Fuck Peppa. Peppa Pig is bad. Never let your kids watch Peppa.
Peppa Pig is bad for kids. Yeah.
Peppa Pig is fucking horrific.
It's very bad for kids. Yeah, I know.
It's crack cocaine for me.
Bluey, though, is fun.
Bluey.
Well, it's fantastic for children.
I love Bluey.
It's depressing as an adult.
Yeah.
Oh, they're sat on a bench and they tell the daughter to come up and watch the other daughter, and they go, "Oh, this is heaven." You know what? Because that's a thing for heaven. Because they're all fucking dead, and then Bingo's the only one left, and they're watching from heaven. That's what. Yeah, that's Bluey for you.
Well, the
All
creator
right.
of Hello Kitty also says that Hello Kitty is a little girl and she has a pet cat. She is not a cat. Just saying.
I know, yeah, it
People
really fucked me up.
Don't
That was
make
like
any
6
sense.
months ago. Yeah.
All
Wait,
right. So,
what?
JT, did you have a drop? Did you get one in here?
So mine was a pop and a drop, but we
Okay.
kind of covered it. But
That's
my
good
pop
because we're going to switch
was
to pops anyway.
well, my pop was I got to watch wrestling like this week, so I've been out of it. And I mean, I watched Blood and Guts kind of through the lens of clips. I'll probably go back and watch it full on, but I was like, man, I'm going to sit down and watch wrestling. I got to watch Raw. So there's my drop. What the fuck, man? It's the same shit over and over and fucking over. Like, I was like, all right, I'm going to watch wrestling. It's been a while. WWE's probably doing pretty good. Let me check it out. That was my drop.
Mistake, my friend.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking, all right, man, I'll be good. And then even Dynamite tonight didn't light a fire under my ass, but it was just like my first wrestling back after a few weeks, and it was that. And I was thinking, okay, like this will be cool. Like, CM Punk's champion now. Things have probably changed up. No, this is the same old shit.
Yeah.
And then,
kind of was.
oh man, it was.
T-shirt. That would be a fantastic T-shirt.
All right, Meefloaf, what's your pop? You got a pop?
My pop is Maxinne Dupri winning the title.
Yeah,
But
that was cool.
More so,
That was on my
Tozawa
list.
backstage. The video of Tozawa crying and
That's
getting so
amazing.
excited for his girl. I genuinely may have shed a tear because I'm a dad now and I'm an emotional wreck.
I tell you that junk changes you, Byron.
Yep.
Right?
You need to sleep, bro. You need to take your
What?
sleep.
As soon as you start claiming all your kids, man, you get to feel these emotions that we're feeling.
Don't watch the movie The Mist when you become a parent.
Mm. Also, maybe not the trailer for Dolphin Tale 2. I don't know why it made me cry, Tony. Don't look at me like that. Have some care.
I don't think I want to know.
I can't do it now.
I don't think I want to know what that is about because that sounds like sad already.
It really is. The little gimpy tail. Oh.
Dude, the mist fucked me up, man. We had just had our daughter, and then we watched The Mist, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Like,
I haven't watched that movie since.
Yeah, you don't want to. For Maxinne, I gotta say this. Like, and I've said good things about Maxinne on this show before. She's not the best wrestler in the world, but she might be the best trier of wrestling in the world. She really might. Like, and if you talk to anybody over at WWE, there's not a single person that I know that's connected to WWE that I've spoken to that has not said glowing things about this person. No one is jealous that she made it on the main roster 3 years before she should have. None of the NXT girls are really mad at her. None of the main roster girls are mad at her because they see her. She goes to the PC all the time. She goes to Natty's gym. She goes to like 4 different gyms all week long. She does not go home. And her boyfriend's down there in NXT and was on the LFG show or whatever. And he's putting in work too. Like, all they do is train now. They just show up and they just do the work. They listen to everybody. They try things out, and it worked. Like, she's over and she put in the work, and now she's got a belt, and it's amazing because
Remember, we watched women's wrestling during the 90s.
I mean, she was really just supposed to be Max Dupri's sister.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Max Dupri.
I mean,
I wonder what he thinks about
LA Knight more interesting.
I saw a headline or somewhere. Alvarez said that Tony Khan only books for the sickos. He only books what he wants to watch. And how could you watch an ounce of old WWE, WWF and not immediately get? That's what Vince did.
There's a great response to that, wasn't there? Where someone posted the gif of him kissing Trish.
I posted that.
That was Byron.
Yeah. I posted a gif of Vince open mouth tonguing Trish Stratus in front of his comatose, not related wife in a wheelchair on live TV, and it's like, oh, I wonder which writer pitched this idea.
Right?
Krista Joseph? I really want to get Chris on here soon before all the good stuff gets wasted on Facebook. We got to get Chris back on here to just let loose. If you guys don't know, Krista Joseph was the head writer at Lucha Underground, but he was also a writer at WWE on, I think, 3 different stints.
Yeah, you might want to get him before anything gets released.
His stories from the last stint are definitely worth talking about publicly on our show before he talks about them publicly anywhere else, like his Facebook. Trish the Dish. Like, Trish grew on me. I was not a big Trish fan back in the day, but I'll tell you.
Guy.
And her match with Becky Lynch, didn't want to see it, didn't care, didn't want to have anything to do with it. That cage match with her and Becky Lynch was great. I loved it. I thought she did a phenomenal job. It was really good. Who else has got a pop?
So I got a pop. I saw on one of those social media accounts that post clips of old matches. If you can find this match in full, please send it to the show or send it to me at Byron Fever. I can't find it even on the New Japan World Archives, but it's from the 1992 G1 tournament. Keiji Muto, the Great Muta, but without paint, versus Stunning Steve Austin. And it's Steve Austin. If you're a Stone Cold fan, you've never seen Austin like this. It's a great match. They're all over the place. It took me by surprise, and I had seen all of this stuff in WCW. So I would look for that, and please find the full match because it's nowhere to be found. The stun gun, great finish. He stopped doing it though because it was too clunky to set up. Anyways, that's my pop. And then my drop is everything everyone else said.
So now you got to find the link because you said it, Byron. Find the link.
I'll definitely on my social at Byron Fever. I'll definitely post what I found. It's like 1:15 of awesome stuff.
Well, okay. Just so you know, Byron, my partner. If you ask me to find something on the internet, I will. My partner asked me to find a version, an OG version of The Little Mermaid, not the Disney one. It's a true to Christian Anderson one. Yeah. It's Japanese. I managed to find that shit. I didn't just manage to find it. I managed to find it on DVD.
Wow.
Can you find this for me?
I will find it.
Okay.
All right. Tune in next week.
Who's got the
we'll show the match in its entirety?
Tune in on Saturday.
Tony, do you have a pop?
I have a pop, but it's still kind of related. I'm kind of stuck. I'm stuck in the AAA, people. No, I'm just a little stuck in AAA. Anyways, the pop for me this week was, and although he can, I don't know, Dominic Mysterio at ESPN with Stephen
so
A.
good.
Ah, man, so but I you know what I love that everybody's calling Stephen A's bullshit about putting Goldberg on number 1 because everybody he was fishing for like controversy and everybody's just like, bro, we know what you're doing. It's like this is bad. But I love that there was a moment when they did a shot from above and the AAA belt was next to the ESPN logo, and I just thought to myself, shit, now it's worth something. Right. You know what I mean? Like it's. I mean, the lineage of the belt is insane because you have a lot of people that go through that, and not the Mega Championship because that was kind of this barely new, as Meef mentioned before. But what it means through the lineage of it, right? But I thought, and that's what gave me hope, right? That that they will make it mean something. I just hope that it doesn't go away as soon as he gets back the IC title, because I think he's gonna get it back. Because I think he's just gonna do that favor for Rey Mysterio. Here is your kid in my last 3 matches. I'm gonna put him over, and then I'm gonna do whatever. And I don't know. I'm okay with him getting 3 matches before he leaves with Dominic. So, but that was a really cool moment. I was like, oh man, because I still, even though it's owned by WWE, I still feel the AAA, it's a Mexican company. There's a lot of Mexicans being employed in that company. So that makes me
get
very
employed
happy.
well and not on traveling shit buses.
I hope they're all getting paid in dollars and not pesos. Because
look, I just hope they get to use actual rest stops and not the bucket at the back of the bus anymore. That's all. Yeah, well, it just keeps taking steps forward.
I hope they fly them to cities. The flying is cheap now, so
Well,
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
they
I don't
can all
know if
get-
they're. I don't know if they've got airplane access yet down in AAA. Well, it's not pushing too far, Tony.
Yeah, slow down.
This is modern technology stuff. Next thing you're going to want to give them the internet and let them have social media accounts. Come on, man.
Well, they don't have internet in airplanes in Mexico yet, so yeah.
I agree. Like I do think that Cena's just doing the favor for Ray to put his kid up. I mean, dude, I'm thinking, in my Lucha Underground look back, I just want to talk about something that you guys didn't even see, which was when Dominic Mysterio came to Lucha Underground. And Rey Mysterio was trying to get people to wrestle his kid, was trying to get his kid on the show, and everyone loved Rey so much, but everyone was like, dude, don't talk to Rey today. He's got his kid here. He's trying to push it. And Dom was like this overweight, chubby guy that was super tall, and everyone was saying, I don't even know if that really is Rey's kid. And we're talking about people who've known Oscar for a long time. But that's why it's funny when he plays into those rumors. It's not. For the record, by the way, it's Ray's wife's people. They're all tall. She's taller than he is. Her whole family's tall as hell. It makes sense that Dominic is tall, guys. He's not necessarily Eddie Guerrero's kid, but he might be.
Eddie Guerrero wasn't tall.
Right.
Let's put
He's taller than Ray, though.
He was what was he, 5'8", 5'9"?
I mean, people look at Ray, who is, 5'1"? And then they see Dominic, who's 6'2"? And it's a little weird. The little one's the dad?
Yeah.
It's a little odd. But regardless, it was just so funny. And we're talking, what was that, 2017, Byron?
2018? That was second season. Or
third season.
Third season.
But Ray was around at the end of season
around 17.
He was
I mean, you wouldn't recognize Dom now from then. Whatsoever.
You would not. It was a joke to think that Rey Mysterio was trying to get this kid to be a wrestler. Nobody thought it was going to happen. Yeah. Nobody.
Even when he got definitely to WWE, he was still looking, a little bit out of shape and shit. It's
right.
Yeah.
He has.
No, he didn't even look like that.
He has made me a fan of him. Even when I should hate him, right? Because he's a heel, but I love the guy.
Because we've seen him do the work. We've seen the character expand. We saw how he learned how to work the boos of the crowd. I heard him on Busted Open a few weeks ago, and he was doing his whole I am the number one luchador. I'm the greatest Mysterio. Not the Rey Mysterio Sr. that I'm not even related to. Not my dad, Rey Mysterio Jr. Not it's me, man. My deadbeat dad. Screw that. He's just owning it on a whole nother level. And it's amazing to think that this kid who could barely cut a promo, could barely wrestle, is now having matches with some of the greatest wrestlers of all time and getting over and entertaining the crowd. Because that's the name of the game, man. You don't have to be Will Ospreay.
He does need a program with them.
He's so up there as a heel. In the interaction with, I think it was this week. I think not the last one. It was this week. I think that he only has to do this when he's about to cut a promo. He does this, and the people lose their fucking minds because they don't want to hear him talk, and they know how. That relationship is already built in. He just has to do this, and he has to do this, and he is already.
All right, so I got to read this question to JT. Hey, yo, JT, what is the red yellow strap on the WWE Heavyweight Championship behind you? Hulkamania edition? What's the word?
It is the Hulkamania edition signed by Hulk Hogan.
There it is, brother. Yeah, I saw him down at his shop in Tampa.
Oh yeah, can you put that Daniel's comment on the screen? Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I love that he goes all the time. He goes "Déjenme hablar a la chingada." That's just fucking amazing.
I don't think you can say that.
I know, but
I know those words.
No, but nobody at WWE fucking clocks it.
He's pulling the Penta that Penta used to pull over at Lucha Underground. Except El Rey, half the people working there did speak Spanish, so they started bleeping his shit.
Penta's subtitles at Lucha Underground was amazing.
Oh,
he'd say all this stuff, and he goes, I'm a bad or like I'm gonna beat you up or something.
Oh,
super
really? Is that what
tame.
they translated it wrong? Because that's
No,
that's
they
a
did it on purpose.
that's a
On
Mexico
purpose.
thing. Okay, let me say this.
Yeah,
That's a
they
Mexican
cleaned it
thing.
up.
In when you go watch like movies in the 90s, like I don't know, Sylvester Stallone or something like that, will be like, "I will kill you, motherfucker," and then in Spanish it will be like, "You are not my friend." Like super soft, like
Decent literal translation.
yeah,
Yeah, I
like
mean,
"Tú no eres mi
it's close
amigo." What
enough.
the fuck?
it's technically true.
Same destination, different path.
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
the screaming in Spanish is always good. He needs a blood feud with Santos Escobar at some point to turn him into the ultimate babyface. And
The vanilla
we need to
dub.
bring back Tejano
Vanilla
Jr.
Dub,
Daniel calls
for
it.
real.
All right, here's my pop of the week. My pop of the week goes out to the brand new WWE ID champion, Laney Luck. Are you kidding me? Laney Luck got this belt. Laney, so if you don't know who Laney Luck is, she's been around. She did some Mission Pro stuff with Thunder. She's been on the indie scene for a while, and she's put in the work in the last year. Like the girl's chiseled now. She's doing like running Hurricane Ranas and stuff now. Her boyfriend is in the Chicago wrestling scene too, and he's a trainer as well.
Go
And
and check the taco block with Thunder Rosa. That was pretty fun.
yeah,
She was on Ring of Honor as well. Oh.
yeah, and she's just like I didn't think they were going to put the belt on her, and I thought she did still have some affiliation with AEW Ring of Honor, so I didn't know if like this was even a thing that she could do or not. So I wasn't expecting her to win, and she won, and she is the WWE ID champ now, and I hope it leads to big things for her. I mean, there's the reason why WWE did this thing and why they wanted to put some stuff out on the. Hey, I took that photo.
Meefloaf.
But yeah, like I'm proud of the homegirl. Like she's said to me flat out, like I'm going to make something out of myself in the next year. And you hear people say that, but then they don't really do the work or things don't pan out. But dude, she took it seriously. She's doing it. So Laney, kudos to you. You deserve it. Like this is great. I hope it leads to big things for you. I don't really know how this ID thing is going to work. But like, I hope it gets you some good bookings and you get to walk around with that thing for a little while, get a chance to make it mean something, and be maybe the first champion to really kind of show that thing off and put some stank on it, girl, put some stank on it. So I appreciate in general, what has happened with women's wrestling in the past couple of weeks. Like I like that Laney was a big story. I like that the 250 came out and it got people talking. And there were some people that had issues with it and whatnot. I thought the list was decent. I did still think that Gigi Ray and Lady Bird getting snubbed sucked, but I like we kind of started the week with that. Then we had the blood and guts thing. Then we had more women's matches than men's matches tonight on AEW, I think, or it was even. It was great
even,
though,
yeah.
because we had the tag matches and the playing field is getting to a place now, and I like it, and I like seeing people like Maxinne Dupri come up and get their shot. I like seeing a journeywoman like Laney Luck finally get some shine out there. And get some acknowledgement from the big boys, even though she's still in the indies, but she's got the WWE ID belt.
That's the WWE indie
right.
belt, so
it means somebody
that's
noticed you. It means somebody noticed the work that you're doing. That's what all these belts mean. They're props. They're there to propel the storyline forward. But yet, for someone to put one of those on you means they believe in you for something.
Mm-hmm.
Like for Tony Khan, maybe he believes in your credibility and he wants an Okada to have a belt because he respects that man and what he's done in his career, and it means something to him to put one of his belts on that guy. And maybe it's Jeremy Borash or whoever's dealing with this stuff, the WWE ID stuff, was just like, what, that girl I saw her last year and she's way better than that, and she deserves to be our ID champ. Whatever it is. It might be predetermined, but you still got to impress somebody.
Those
You
are the
know?
people that are representing your brand. So there's that responsibility on top of if you're the the higher champions, you're doing things to help them make money, promotion, or just sell tickets. There is a responsibility besides competitive combat sports.
And also, you're a person who can legitimize the next person who wins the belt.
Yep.
Exactly. Because that belt is a prop. It's there to propel storylines. It's there to put asses in seats. It's there to bring interest to the product, to bring interest to the talent. It's there to get people over. That's what belts are for. So I like seeing that. I didn't, I even like Red getting her Mercedes match finally. I just felt so bad for Red Velvet that somehow she gets her big comeback from injury, but she has to do it as the babyface in Boston against Mercedes Moné. Talk about going into enemy territory.
Yeah.
Oh, did she win?
I think she did her best and she tried hard.
Did you win? Did you really ask
way
that?
Better. I think she's way better than she was last time we saw her in Dynamite, but also like she walks to the ring as a heel. She's doing face stuff in the ring. She's just in a losing situation, like you've been saying all along.
Okay, but what about Red?
And the story of that entire segment, the story of that entire segment was Mercedes and Statlander.
Yep.
At the end of the day, she was an afterthought.
Yeah, but Statlander didn't even say anything on the commentary.
That's a different, but okay, so Statlander sucked on her at her half of the story, but the way that segment, if it's a movie, that scene is about Statlander and Mercedes.
But also, look, you go back and you watch Bloodsport, and some of those undercard fights in Bloodsport were just as good as the main bad guys. You remember some of these, guys in the Kung Fu movie that are before the main boss. And I thought that Red was a great opponent, especially size-wise for Mercedes. Mercedes has been wrestling all these girls that are bigger and stronger than her. Finally, she's got somebody she can throw around. And Red was out there doing the bumps, that back bump that when she threw her out to the floor. And I'm like, she just came back. Why are we breaking poor little Red? What are we doing?
Oh, no, they have really good chemistry.
She
and their
sold
flippy
it.
thing off the turnbuckle. My God.
Yeah. Whew.
They did their best, but it's just the way it was set up. It wasn't for Red to, be the focus of anything.
Well, again, but it was for her to go out there and do her job by doing the job.
Yeah,
sometimes that alone is what gets you noticed. So,
yeah,
and that was her whole gool. It's not. No one ever thought she was going to beat her on a Wednesday night before a pay-per-view when Mercedes is going in with for a championship match and the champ is on commentary. Like, sadly, we knew that Red Velvet was not going to win this match. So her job was to impress us in some fashion. I feel like she did a good portion of that, and hopefully she got something out of it. That's it for me. You guys got anything else to say?
Mercedes got stuff on a few throats for week, hasn't she? So.
What, Tony? What? You got something to plug?
We gotta mention what Danielle is saying on the chat. I was just looking at the CMLL bodybuilding contest.
That's a thing. Didn't Vince try to start that in WWE once?
Yes. Well, you gotta go watch Phantasma it. The minis are also. I know a friend of mine, that will love this.
Oh,
I'm gonna send it to her right now.
Oh boy, are you right? Oh my Lord! All right, and on that note.
Also, I think commentators want me to say Slowpoke Lopez. I guess I don't know what that means.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
tune in this weekend. We're going to try to do a full gear watch along. Tony's twisting my arm to do this. We're going to try it. So we need you to support it. If you want to see these kind of things, we're going to start trying some new stuff around here. We're going to start branching out, doing some things. We're going to always have our flagship here for you every Wednesday, but expect some new content for us. You've probably seen a lot from us on socials recently. Tony's been doing a lot of good work with the clips. We've had some great guests. We got a few more coming up. It's just about scheduling, and when Tony Khan doesn't plan a damn 3-hour friggin' Dynamite on us, that makes our guests go, I'm not staying up that late. Sorry, guys. Anyway, we got some cool guests coming up in the near future, so stick around for all that. And love you guys all for watching, especially Comatose. He's my favorite. Sorry, guys. Sorry to everyone else. Comatose is my favorite. And until next time, stay calm and stay in the mix.